I want to review the Hiphil verb patterns with you as we head into chapters 32 through 34. Now we had the Hiphil in chapter 31, but I'm going to show you a quick review and then I'm going to add one particular slide here that will be helpful for chapters 32 through 34 with weak verbs. Now, at the end of our slide presentation for chapter 31, we concluded with this slide, and here are your basic strong verb patterns for the Hiphil. And the Hiphil is very easy to spot. In the perfect, if you have a hi, hirik, vowel under the hey, if you have a hi plus the lemma, that is a Hiphil perfect because there's no prefix out here. In the imperfect, you have your prefixed consonant, and if there's an A-class vowel underneath it, followed by an I-class vowel under the lemma, that is your Hiphil imperfect. Now, if this I-class vowel happens to be a tsera, you could have adjussive. Many times you will. In the imperative, infinitive construct, and infinitive absolute, you're looking for the hey prefix, but this time there's no hi, there's no hirik underneath it like with the perfect. You have a hey prefix with A class followed by I class vowel under the lemma. And if that I class vowel is hirik yod, the long hirik yod, you're going to have a Hiphil infinitive construct. Otherwise, you're going to see either an imperative or an infinitive absolute. And then finally the participle, the mem prefix, which is a dead giveaway, again outside the cal. You have an M prefix with A class followed by I class. That is a Hiphil participle. Now, I've mentioned vowel classes, and to this point they've been easy because the A class is either going to be a patach or a kametz, and I class, we know what the hirik and hirik yod looks like, and of course tsera. But I wanted to put this slide in here to summarize because this is going to make your life really easy. You probably know just about all of this already. There's only one wild card here. But here are your classes of vowels. Your A-class vowels, as you would expect, are patak, kametz. But notice what I'm doing here. I'm just using aleph as a placeholder for the vowel. So this one here is aleph, and the vowel that we're focusing on here is cholam vav. Cholam vav is considered an A-class vowel even though you pronounce it O. And that's because linguistically it's formed with an A and then the W consonant with it. Ow, ow, oh. Okay, so this vowel is actually classed as A-class. Now in chapters 32 through 34, this will come in handy once or twice, recognizing the cholam vav as an A-class. Other than that, you should probably already know this. I would think you would. I-class, hirik, hirik yod, segol, tsera. Of course, you could have tsera yod out here too. But A, I, U. So therefore, your E vowels are actually classed under I-class. And this is really a linguistic thing as to where the things are pronounced in your throat and in your mouth and all that sort of thing. But I and E are very similar even in English speaking, so I don't think this will be difficult to remember. Basically, if you look at it, anything with a dot is an I-class vowel except for kibbutz, which is kibbutz is a U-class vowel down here. So really anything with a dot is going to be an I-class vowel except for this one. So our last class here is U-class. And of course, in here we have the shorek, the U, the long U. Here's short U, kibbutz. So the only thing in here, in this chart here, that possibly wouldn't make sense would be cholam vav up here. So that's really the only thing you probably need to memorize or sort of include in your knowledge of the vowel classes. And that's going to become real important as we proceed through chapters 32 through 34, which are all Hiphil. It's just weak verb stuff. So that is the end of this short video.